The early 1980s were a weird time for the NHL. Various major stars were coming in from juniors. Some were big successes, while others were busts. Now, Andrew Lippert, our good follower of the channel, mentioned this guy's name the other day, and the amount of controversy surrounding his career had a lot to do with injuries he suffered, the free agency drama he went through, and the aspect Toronto drafted him thinking he was going to be a big part of the blue line, but it never really panned out to the level that a lot of people felt was going to be coming about. So today we're going to be talking about that big drink of water known as Gary Nylund. Now, Gary Nylund, born Surrey, BC, 6'4", 203, first came into major prominence in the Western Hockey League where he was a dominant force. Now, he played 4 seasons overall with Portland, 1 year with Delta in 79 of the BC JHL, and split time with Portland that campaign. 1982, of course, he was part of the great Team Canada squad that won their first junior world title in history. He was a WHL top defenseman in his draft year of 82. He was a Memorial Cup All-Star first team, a WHL All-Star first team, and a WHL All-Star second team the year before in 81. Now, he was taken third overall by the Leafs in the 82 draft, and entering the draft, he was the number 2 overall prospect and the number 1 overall prospect for the 82 draft. Of course, Kluzak was taken first. Now, he was a Boston Bruins fan growing up in BC because he was his idol was Bobby Orr. A lot of people thought maybe Boston was going to take him. Didn't work out. Now, when he entered the NHL, it was the hard part because he had injuries right away. Now he became the highest drafted player in Toronto history when he was picked third overall in 82. Of course, that's since been broken. Now, he was represented by agent Norm Kaplan during his first NHL contract negotiations in the summer 82. He signed his first NHL contract with Toronto in August, and at the time it was the largest rookie contract ever signed by a Maple Leaf player up to that time. Now, here's what happened. Early 82, he suffered a torn ACL in his left knee in a preseason game, and the injury required surgery. He missed the remainder of the 83 season and the entire 83 playoffs with a re-aggravation of the ACL in the left knee, an injury suffered during a game against Chicago. Now, this injury required surgery. The injuries continued. 84, he had left knee surgery again. He missed part of the 85 season with a concussion. Now, he eventually shifted teams and became the first player in NHL history to be a free agent. He was represented by player agent Rolly Thompson when he signed with Chicago in August of 86. Now, he was paired on a defensive line with Keith Brown with Chicago in 87, which drew a lot of interest for a lot of people. But another injury, missed part of the 88 season with a bruised elbow, occurred in 87. Then he missed part of the 88 training camp with a broken bone in his forearm, suffered in September 88. Now, it kept on from there, and ankle injuries, different part, bruised ribs and lungs, ligaments in the right knee, dislocated right shoulder, broken left heel, which of course led to a protective plate being put in there and almost threatening his career. Now, pulled groin in 92, missed a lot of days that year. Another pulled groin in the 92-93 season. Strained ligaments in his right knee, and of course ended his career. When he was with the Islanders, of course, when he failed to catch on with another team. Now, talking about that 82-83 season. Now, the number 1 pick, Gord Kluzak, had the same problem with injuries. Now, Nylund, again, had never suffered a major injury prior to entering NHL. The trouble began right away as he missed part of 83 again with the ACL. And he was checked by all people of Wilt Payma in the offensive zone during that Quebec game. Now, rehabilitation of the surgery took 3 months, came back in January 83, and because Nylund still had major junior eligibility, he could not be sent to the minor leagues for an injury rehab stint before entering NHL. Toronto wanted to have him have a pro experience rather than return to junior, so he suffered through the season while on the roster. Now, he was wearing a special knee brace, only played 16 games that year, but again, another tear of the ACL in the left knee. The idea of a Nylund's career, again, injury plagued all the way. Now, the right knee was a problem as well, which led to the end of his career. Now, he did not play his first minor league games until he was assigned by the Islanders to the Capital District Islanders for a 4-game injury stint while recovering from heel surgery during '92. Now, a very versatile guy. He played lead guitar in a band of Chicago pro athletes called the Chicago Six, and he was also very active in charitable causes during his playing days with the Islanders, and was chairman of the team's annual food drive in 90, 91, 92. Eventually opened a trucking company and worked as a volunteer firefighter in Delta, BC after his retirement until devoting himself to full-time work as a firefighter. He also became active in Old Timers Charity Hockey and taught hockey skills classes in Vancouver after his retirement. Now, he's also been a hero in his firefighting years. After numerous campaigns as a volunteer firefighter in BC, after retirement, he became a pro firefighter later on. He was also involved in the major July 31st, 2001 fire at a paper products warehouse on Annapolis Island, in which he went back into a building burning to rescue 2 of his trapped colleagues, who were buried under some of the warehouse's cardboard boxes. In June 2003, Nylund and 2 other firefighters received BC's prestigious Medal of Bravery for their efforts in the warehouse rescue. Now, talking about the free agency, he played out his option with Toronto in '86 and became a restricted free agent. Toronto then offered Nylund a multi-year deal with 140,000 Canadian for the first season. Chicago offered a 4-year deal with 150,000 US for the first campaign. Taking the money, Nylund signed with Chicago on August 27, '86, becoming the first restricted NHL free agent to join a new team since '81. As compensation, Toronto demanded Ed Olczyk, but Chicago, unwilling to give up Olczyk, took the case in arbitration and won. On September 6, '86, the NHL arbitrator, Judge Edward Houston of Ottawa, ruled Chicago's final loss to Toronto for signing Nylund would be Jerome Dupont, Ken Yaremchuk, and an '87 fourth-round draft pick, which turned out to be Joe Sacco. Now, according to published reports, he is the first official free agent player to change teams. Not the first free agent, of course, but close enough. Now, his career with Toronto, again, hampered by injuries. Well, when he did play, he was an effective back-end player. Eventually played 608 NHL games, again, most of them injury-plagued, 32 goals, 139 assists for 171 points. And again, he's not scared to take a penalty, ladies and gentlemen. 1,235 penalty minutes over his campaign, and the big year, of course, was his campaign '88 in Chicago, where he had 208 minutes. But his time with Portland, his best campaign was '82, when he had 66 points in 65 regular season games and 19 points in 15 playoff contests. But a rugged player, when he was on his game, when he wasn't injured, he was always doing something. And good on the power play, protecting the key players. But I think that early injury really hampered him. Who knows what he could have done? He could have been kind of another Ron Langway meeting, kind of a defensive style of Al McGuinness. So, Andrew, thanks a lot for the request. If you like what we're doing here with the podcast channel, give us a like, comment, or subscribe. And don't forget, hockey's a weird game. Just one injury can, not say ruin a career, but can hamper it. Thanks for listening. Bye.